Gemini said, entering the business world in 2026 is an entirely different experience than it was just a few years ago, because the old walls of credit history have finally started to crumble. If you are starting a brand new company today and you are worried because you have zero personal credit or a very thin file, you should know that you are actually in a better position than ever before. This year, we are seeing a massive transition away from traditional FICO scores and toward something much more logical, which is your real-time business performance. In this 10-minute deep dive, we are going to explore the newest and most effective business credit cards for 2026 that do not require a credit history. We will look at how fintech companies are using artificial intelligence to analyze your bank accounts instead of your past mistakes, and we will give you a specific roadmap to get approved for thousands of dollars in credit without a single hard inquiry on your personal report. The biggest breakthrough in 2026 is the widespread adoption of alternative data. In the past, a bank will look at a piece of paper that said you missed a payment 5 years ago, and they would automatically reject your application. Today, the most advanced lenders are looking at your utility bills and your e-wallet transactions and even your consistent shipping data to determine if you are a reliable partner. This is a game changer for the credit invisible entrepreneur who has money and a great business model but simply lacks a traditional paper trail. Let us start by looking at the leaders of this revolution and how you can use them to fund your growth right now. One of the most powerful options available this year is the NAV Prime card. This is not just a credit card, but a strategic financial tool designed specifically for those starting from nothing. NAV Prime operates as a charge card, which means there is no personal guarantee and absolutely no hard credit check required. Instead of looking at your score, they require you to link your business checking account and pay a monthly subscription. In exchange, they report your activity as a positive trade line to the major business credit bureaus like Dun & Bradstreet and Experian Business. This is essentially a shortcut to building a professional credit profile while also getting a card you can use for daily operations. For a new business in 2026, this is often the very first door you should knock on because it guarantees that your hard work is being seen by the entire financial system. Another heavy hitter that has dominated the landscape in early 2026 is Brix. While Brix has been around for a while, they have recently updated their underwriting models to be even more inclusive of early-stage startups. If you have an incorporated business like them and you can show a decent cash balance in your bank account, Brix will often approve you with no personal credit check and no personal guarantee. They have two main paths, which are the venture track for funded startups and the life science track, but even for a standard small business, they offer a daily payment model. This model acts as a bridge where you pay off your balance every day, but you still get the rewards and the credit building benefits of a high-end corporate card. This is perfect if you have no credit history because it allows you to prove your reliability on a day-to-day basis. We also have to talk about Ramp, which has become the primary competitor to traditional banks for many entrepreneurs this year. Ramp is famous for its incredible automation and its 1.5% cash back on every purchase. Like the other fintech giants, Ramp does not care about your personal FICO score. They care about your cash flow and your business health. In 2026, Ramp has introduced even more granular spend controls, which makes it easier for them to offer credit lines to brand new companies. If you can show that you have at least $25,000 in a linked bank account, Ramp is arguably the most powerful unsecured card you can get with no credit history. Their approval process is almost entirely handled by algorithms that can give you a decision in seconds, so you do not have to wait weeks for a letter in the mail. If your business is built on a specific platform, like Stripe or Shopify, you have a hidden advantage that most people forget about. In 2026, these platforms have expanded their own credit offerings significantly. The Stripe corporate card, for example, is available to businesses that process their payments through the Stripe ecosystem. Because Stripe sees every dollar you earn and every refund you issue, they have a much deeper understanding of your risk than any bank ever could. They often offer credit lines based strictly on your processing volume without ever asking for a personal credit report. This is a perfect example of how your business activity becomes your credit history in the modern era. For those who are starting with very limited funds and absolutely no credit history, the most reliable path remains the secured business card, but with the 2026 twist. The Bank of America Business Advantage Secured Card has become even more flexible this year. You can start with a deposit as low as $1,000 and use it to build your score. What makes this different now is the speed of graduation. In the current market, Bank of America is moving responsible users to unsecured accounts much faster than they used to, sometimes in as little as 6 or 7 months. This means you can get your deposit back and keep a $5,000 or $10,000 credit line based solely on your recent performance. If you are looking for an even more accessible option, the Opensky Secured Visa Business Card remains the king of guaranteed approval. They do not perform any credit check whatsoever. No hard pull and no soft pull. As long as you have the deposit and a valid tax identification number, you are in. This is the ultimate safety net. While it does not offer the high rewards of a Brix or a Ramp, it is a vital tool for the absolute beginner. It reports to all the major bureaus, which helps you move up the ladder to better cards within a year. Let us discuss the technical requirements that can make or break your application in 2026. Because many of these new lenders use automated systems and AI to review your business, you need to make sure your digital footprint is professional. First, you must have an employer identification number, which is essentially your business's social security number. You also need to make sure your business is registered with the Secretary of State. If you try to apply as a sole proprietor, you will find that many of the best no-credit check cards are unavailable to you. And look, or a corporation provides a layer of professional legitimacy that the algorithms love. You also need a dedicated business phone number and a professional email address that matches your website domain. In 2026, using a free email provider or a personal cell phone can lead to an automatic rejection because it is flagged as high-risk by security software. These lenders want to see that you are a real entity with a real presence. Having a simple one-page website that explains what your business does can also help during the verification process. These small details are often the difference between a $5,000 limit and a flat-out rejection. The 2026 landscape also offers unique opportunities for net-30 vendors. If you are struggling to get your first card, you should open accounts with companies like Hewling or Cole or Granger. These companies allow you to buy office supplies or equipment today and pay for them in 30 days. This is a form of credit that is very easy to get because it is linked to a specific purchase. Almost all of these